Hi everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious fish curry. Why I say delicious? Because it's my mom's special recipe. It's really tasty. The ingredients what you need for is in the dekchi, in the pot there, I've got a ladle spoonful of oil and I've got fish here. I've got half a kilo of fish and I use Indian fish. It's called Rohu. You could use the Indian fish marsher or sole or any English fish, but the Indian fish comes really tasty with this fish curry. It's got a lot of bones in it, but I think that's what makes it so delicious. And the other ingredients over here that I've got is, for the masalas, I've got an inch of ginger, 6 cloves of garlic. They are quite big, the cloves, so in India if they're small just take extra. I've got a teaspoon of rye, that's mustard, teaspoon of jeera, that's cumin seed. I've got half a teaspoon of haldi powder, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri Mirch, that's for the color. I've got 1 teaspoon of proper hot chili powder, and I've got 2 tablespoons of Dhaniya, that's coriander seeds. And here I've got half a teaspoon of Methi seeds, that's Fenugreek, and I've got 10 to 15 leaves of curry leaves you'll need. And here I've got 4 tablespoons of tamarind juice. You could use fresh tamarind if you want. And I've got 2 whole chopped tomatoes there. So before we start, what we need to do is, in the fish, what we need to do is just put a teaspoon of haldi. See, it looks a lot, don't worry about it, because this is just to soak it and then we'll wash it through. So a teaspoon of haldi and say half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now your hands will get dirty, so just rub the haldi into every piece of fish you can, and this just sits there, and then later we wash it all out. This haldi just helps to take away the strong fishy smell from the fish. There you go, mix it all, and then just what you need is just put a lid on it and keep it aside. That's it. Now put a lid and keep that aside now. I'll go and wash my hands. So now what we do is, all the masalas on this plate, you take it all and put it in the mixie, put some water in it and grind it into a paste. Okay, that's the masala done. So that's how it should look like, and whatever is left in there, don't throw it away. So I always add water into it, so you're taking out every bit of the masala. See, so the masala bowl comes out clean. So now what we're going to do is, the oil's already on and it's getting hot. So the first thing you're going to do is, when the oil is nice and hot, put 1 seed to see. When it starts floating up, then you know it's done. Okay, it's nearly done. So as soon as the oil gets hot, first thing you need to do is, you put this half a teaspoon of methi seed. Okay, which I'm going to put right now. And then you wait for it to spitter and spatter. For like a minute or 2. You can see it starts to change color. Okay, now what you do is you put the curry leaves. And then straight after the curry leaves, you can lower the heat a little bit. Now you add all this masala. some in there, just put some water. Now what you do is you keep bunjoing the masala every now and then, and this should take at least 7 to 8 minutes. You'll know when the oil starts releasing and the masala is separating from the oil. See, the masala is separated from the oil and it's not sticking anymore. This took exactly 7 minutes, but every now and then I had to add at least a tablespoon of water because otherwise it would have got burnt at the bottom. So now what you got to do is add the chopped tomatoes and add the tamarind juice and add some salt to taste. Say around a teaspoon. And now what you do is, you keep stirring this from time to time, and this will take another 7 to 8 minutes, and this will take another 7 to 8 minutes, and make sure that it starts to the tomatoes get softened. So while that's, keep it on a low flame while the tomatoes are getting cooked. And while the tomatoes are getting cooked, what you need to do is here, you need to wash the fish at least 4 to 5 times. Keep throwing the water till the water runs clear, and then you leave the water into a sieve. Leave the fish in the sieve and let the water drain out. So I'll see you then. You see, all the tomatoes are all mushy and dissolved. So now it's had its 8 minutes on a very slow flame. I kept bunjoing it. So now what you need to do is make some gravy. So in here I've got gravy. It depends if you want it a runny fish curry or a thick gravy, so you put according to. Keep stirring and see how much more we need. Okay, I'll put the full 500 ml of water in there. So now what we do is, now we wait for the water to come to a boil, and then I shall see you. You can see the water starting to boil now. As soon as the water boils, you need to start adding the fish. The fish is still yellow in color because of the turmeric. Don't worry about it, that gives the good flavor. So just what you need to do is put the gas a bit down, and now drop all the fish in there. Give it a stir because it won't break at the moment because it's still raw, and then you don't touch it. Okay, now you're seeing all the fish is soaked in the water, and now what you do is you put the lid on and you put the gas slow, and now don't touch this fish for 20 minutes, let it cook. Okay, the fish has had its 20 minutes, so we turn the gas off. I didn't touch it at all. Smells lovely, looks lovely. And now what you need to do is, like I say, I always keep coriander in the freezer. You just have to take a fistful of coriander and put it in there. Give it a little stir without breaking the fish, like around it. There you go. And like I always say, let it rest. Let it rest for 20 minutes or half an hour. But I'll show you. I'll dish it up now. Really, really smells lovely. There you go. So when you dish it to your guests, you can just garnish it with a little bit of coriander on the top on the plate. and there's your lovely fish curry. So I hope you all like this fish curry. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and please, please, please share my link with your friends and your family. You have so many people in one family, and let them all subscribe from their own YouTube account. And I hope you all enjoy this for the time being, and I shall see you next week with some more delicious